Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another wonderful episode of Boob Tube. And of course, I am doing this all backwards because, I'm about to be 50. So why not mess it up now? I am Kari Anthony, one of three amazing co hosts, but it's not Boob Tube without Casey Carter and Desiree Desirable Bottom.
Okay.
Hey, ladies.
Hey.
Whew.
Sorry for the slight delay, technical difficulties, but here we
Yeah.
are. Here we
It's
We're back.
are.
So it sounded like my computer was in a fishbowl and it was like
But wait, here's
yeah,
what's
so
crazy though. We didn't even hear that. We didn't hear
No.
I
that.
could hear it, but you couldn't hear me.
No.
And all I could hear was it sounded like something had crawled into my computer and messed it all up. Hello, everyone.
Hey. Hey.
Woo! Jason wants to know when he can be on BoobTube.
Mm.
You're on here every week because you're the first person in the chat.
Except for today. Except for today. I hate
Oh
to
yeah.
say it, but Douglas
Somebody
Cunningham beat you to the punch. So
You're
shout
going to
out
have to be
to
just a little
Douglas.
bit faster. Just a little bit faster.
Shout out to Douglas. Thank you, boo. And then, since we're talking about who's here, go on ahead, Carrie. Do our roll call for right now.
Let's do our early episode roll call. We got Douglas Cunningham, Jason, Zany, hey Zany, and Jessica Lee. And hopefully watching as well, my lovely Canadian wifey, the wonderful Nikki Knight. Some of you may know her. She's a beautiful goddess, but also known as being the cam coach of the century.
You missed one.
Who'd I miss?
Megan Monroe Multimedia.
Oh, that's me. Zoomed right past it.
God
Zoomed
damn
right
it.
past it because that's me. One of my many personalities.
Oh, Lord. Okay. All right.
she roadrunnered. She did the
Roadrunner.
Yeah, me.
I sliced it right off.
Right off. Okay.
Yes, Jason. Thank you for your shout out video on Twitter. I love when you send those. That's amazing.
Okay. So I'm going to interrupt our usual chit chat. Because first and foremost, we didn't have a chance to do our green room conversation. So there goes that. However, I want to make sure to acknowledge that our co-host, Kari, will be celebrating not just a birthday, not just
Whoop, whoop.
a birthday. Kari is celebrating the big 5-0. Okay? And in honor
Like the popos. Like the popos.
like the popo 5-0. And in honor of Kari, I want to say, Kari, I love me a Canva situation, and I am not gonna lie, I got a treat for you. Hold on, y'all. Just 1 second.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, 'cause you're awesome. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday!
Woo! Thank you. That was awesome. That was awesome.
Just want
Um,
to do a little something for you that can stand out when people see the replay. They will know it was Kari's birthday. Well, not today, but
it's Saturday
Coming up.
on the first of the month. Yes.
first of the month.
Yes. Thank you so much. That means so much to me. Every year somebody does something very special like that and it just makes me smile.
Well,
Thank you.
we've been a thruple for quite a while now, and you know.
Apparently, I'm a part of several thruples. Speaking of thruples, watching should be Nikki Knight in Canada, and we have another person, but we'll save that for a future time because I would love to have her come on and talk about what she's got going on in the cam world, cam coaching and whatnot world. Hey, Whitney! Thank you guys so much. If I had some candles to blow out, I would, but in the meantime, I have.
That will
I have
do. That will
that'll
do.
do.
Yep.
That'll do.
True.
Oh wait. Hold on.
Okay.
There you go.
Yay!
Nikki Knight is in the chat room. Hey. So
Okay, there we go.
thank you.
There
That
we
was
go.
awesome.
There we go. Yay!
I may not remember my intro that I've been doing for almost 5 years, but I remember what I watched because I was smarty pants and put it in my notes this week. So I'm excited to
Ooh.
jump in and talk about what we've been watching because your girl is back.
Your girl is back. Okay. So, are you ready to just jump on in? Is that what you're saying?
Jump on in. Yes. So I watched Gladiator 2.
And what did you think?
Ooh.
I thought it was good. But what I do want to say is I thought Denzel was strikingly fine as hell. Come on, give me a round of applause because let
Wait.
me tell you.
Let me get you the applause. Let me get you the applause. Yes, not only does it deserve applause, it deserves this.
Smash.
And this.
Hell yeah.
Sip, slurp, slop, whatever you got, I was like, whoa. Like his introduction into the Silver Fox Club, because I don't think he's really like been in the Silver Fox Club because he's really kept his stuff like tamed and probably died and or just never had that, didn't have the facial hair on there or whatever. But let me tell you, that Silver Fox introduction, yes, give it to me more. I need more.
And let me say this too. The wardrobe for this. Every time I saw him walking and he's busy holding up his garments, it's a version of Denzel you've never seen because it's almost like a sort of a prance when he's holding his garments, because he would hold it, instead of holding it like close like this to his body, he would hold it out wide, so you had to gaze upon all his glory. Whew. And Kari, I'm
And
gonna say,
glory it was.
I said I liked the movie. The truth of the matter is, I didn't really like the movie as much as I liked Denzel in the movie.
I liked the movie. I actually thought it was pretty good. You know, the storyline was a little okay. It wasn't my favorite, but I felt like the acting was really good. It
The
was
acting
well
was good,
directed.
but I think what you
The
just said is why I thought it was only okay. The storyline, I liked the fact that they brought it back full circle by making this dude the son that she sent away. I liked that part of it. But
yes.
it seemed like they forced it to work. Like they threw in all these characters to create the story rather than really build on this story of the fact that he was Marcus Aurelius's son and that, he was destined to be a gladiator, if you will, and to be a phenomenal gladiator. So I wanted to see it done more based on that, but I still liked it. As a matter of fact, I saw it in the movies And then when I saw that it was free on whatever I watched it on, I watched it again about 2 or 3 times because Denzel was fine as fuck.
Nikki said, "We see you, daddy." I was calling him Denzel. I was calling him Denzel Daddy.
Woo!
Go ahead, Denzel Daddy.
Uh-huh,
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I felt like it captivated my attention.
Oh,
Of course,
absolutely.
Denzel was a good, I was definitely watching to see where Denzel went with it, and he kind of played a bad guy, but he was still a good guy, bad guy. I don't know. I never
I
really
agree.
could grasp I
If
couldn't
he
wrap my head around whether he was like totally bad or I don't know. So,
so okay, so here's the
I was
situation
drooling.
because it took because I'm with you. As you're watching the movie, you're like, bad guy, not bad guy. Where are we standing on this? It you had to get through most of the movie. It wasn't until he pitted the twins against each other that you really understand he himself was plotting revenge from all that he experienced way back in the day. So yeah, that was and even with that, it was like a scene, a moment in a scene. And once it came out of his mouth, that was it. They moved on. And I'm like, oh, well, can we talk about that a little bit more? Like, let's get a little bit more background on that. Like, we had more background on the dude who was doing medicine for the gladiators than in that moment with that part of Denzel's background. So, but it didn't really matter because Denzel was fine as fuck.
Yes.
I'm gonna rewatch it again just so I can look at him. And I'm gonna say this also. I felt like he really gave it a Denzel personality. Like
Mm-hmm.
the way that he commented or said certain things or certain phrases, he just gave it like that Denzella effect instead of the Mandela effect. It's the Denzella effect. So he got me. But I did like the story. I liked that there was a love interest and I liked it. Like I will say I gave it about 4 stars out of 5.
Okay, I can look. I can get with you on that.
That's fair.
I can support that
Hmm.
for sure. I can support 4 out of 5 stars for sure.
Any type of TV show, and you're gonna see a theme for the stuff that I say that I watched, because there's gonna be a theme. Eye candy is the theme.
Ooh.
I'm
So
here for that.
share
I,
Casey, share with us what's on your magical list.
okay, so before I give you what's on my magical list, it's very ironic that you say you mentioned the eye candy because apparently you know these social media platforms basically figure you out. They figure out what you like and they make sure to just continue to feed you what you like. And so a couple of my girlfriends, they like a certain look in a guy. And so in those nights where I can't go to sleep and I'm scrolling through IG, I find these videos of the and so I'm busy sending videos to my girlfriends. Ooh, I know you like this. And ooh, like I did it today to Toxic Goddess. So I came across, I'm like, girl, I know that's your speed right there. Uh-huh. And then my coworker across the way, I'm like, ooh, girl, you know you like
Do it
these.
again. Do it again. Do it again.
Stop it. Anyway,
That's
anyway,
your speed.
that's your speed. But anyway, so here's what was funny. I opened up my IG today and I went to look at reels. If I showed you what was on the grid of my reels, I was like, oh my God, this looks like porn. There was so many bare-chested men in the grid of my reels. I was like, we're gonna have to start looking at some cooking shows or something.
It's like when I'm having a bad day and I'm looking for like motivational stuff and inspirations and affirmations, and then that ends up being my whole feed. Like, okay, the one thing I will say about the algorithm when it does that is like sometimes it's a little OD. And so
Right.
it's like, okay, enough is enough. Okay.
Right,
Can I
right.
look at a variety of content? And that's what I feel like it needs to do better is like diversify your feed so that
Mhm.
you can be like, I want to see this kind of video, this kind of video, this kind of video, and switch it up.
Right. I
Don't
agree.
just
Like
keep feeding me
I
a
don't
million
mind.
and five
Same
affirmations.
stuff.
Right. Because I was gonna say, I don't mind you showing me those things, but why not slide in a suggestion at the same time? So yeah.
Junior News says the algorithm will tell on you, will it? It's like your It's like your Google search. Okay. Your Google search bar, people, make sure you delete the cache, delete
Yeah.
everything, like
Yeah.
super,
It
super delete.
it be all
Because
up in
if
your
people are
business.
looking for, look, I watch enough true crime to know that one of the first things they do is they look at your computer browser search history.
Okay,
They're
so
looking for the tea.
they're looking for the tea. Anyway, let's go back. You asked me what was I watching.
Hello, Twerking L. Yes, what are you watching? Let's get
Okay,
down
hold
to the
on.
nuts and bolts of things. The Daddy Denzella effect.
The nitty gritties.
Okay,
The titty gritties, because it is boob tube.
Woo! Yeah.
so here's what I watched that I was very disappointed in. So I first let me say I am a Trekkie.
Oh, I saw it, and I didn't like it either.
See, that's my girl. That's my girl.
I only watched it because what's his name from Power was in it, and I was totally disappointed. I mean, it was eye candy, but I was like, really? This is whack. Whackity, whackity, whack, whack, whack.
Anyway, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I watched it through and through because of that. But anyway, I was very disappointed. Very, very disappointed. Especially because there were there are three actors on that show that I thought um they're good. They're good in other places that I see them. So
Yes.
I just was so disappointed. I'm like, this is a made for TV movie, and it's not even a good made for TV movie. So I was very disappointed, and I wanted to really, really like it because I mean, I know they've now done 1,000,001 Star Treks for TV and whatever, and I'm okay with that. And I haven't watched all of them because I wasn't as geeked about some of them, but I definitely was disappointed about this. Really disappointed because Paramount really hyped it, and
The visuals were good.
yes,
Like, if you were just to look at it, the visuals and I'm gonna say this, I also felt like it was clickbait because there was nothing on there. It's called Star Trek Section 31, but there was nothing
hello,
that said Star Trek.
Okay.
It wasn't
hello.
until the intro started and it said Star Trek, and I was like, "What? Wait a second. How'd you sneak that in there?"
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on a second. This comment from Nikki Knight. we're gonna have to we're gonna have to go back to the days of William Shatner to get you the green ladies and stuff like that. All the freaks, all the alien babes that he was hitting. Although Although I will say Chris Pine in the first couple of movies he did well, the very first Star Trek he did sort of go down that road of hooking up with, some alien ladies, women.
Ooh.
But yeah. Yeah.
Some alien friends.
Yeah, little yes. Yes, basically.
He was getting some alien titties.
Motorboat?
Okay.
Yeah, so Section 31, I'm glad you brought that up because I actually watched, well, I didn't finish watching it. I think I got like a quarter of the way through, and I just, maybe even half, and I just couldn't, I just couldn't. It just had
And
me lost.
And let me say the ending is extremely predictable. Extremely.
No discrimination here, chat. We love
I didn't
everybody.
finish watching it, so I don't know
We're
how
the
it
green
ended,
women.
but
That's why I'm telling you the
I
ending was predictable. It was they were on the verge of annihilation, and then boom, the teleporter worked, and they're back on the ship, safe and sound.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
I hate when it's predictable.
Mm-hmm.
I love surprise endings. I love when you watch a movie and at the very end, like I say this all the time, Sixth Sense, not knowing that Bruce Willis was gone at the end, like the whole movie he was deceased. You're like, what? What?
Yeah.
What? Mind blown. But then when it's predictable, you're like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. Good job with the suspense. Woo!
Yeah. Anywho. So that was
What you got for us, Desiree?
I got to watch Mufasa. That was
Ah.
pretty cool. Yeah, it's
Yes.
kind of like
Is that
live
like
action.
live?
Not live.
Des.
Yeah, the live one.
Des, what'd you watch it on?
NoComment.com.
Insert evil laugh.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Des. Tell us about it.
So it was pretty good. It was, you know, now you're putting me on the spot.
Cause I knew. So
Yeah, but it was a good movie. You guys should go and see it in the theater.
Okay.
Or wait till it comes out on Amazon or something. But yeah. But yeah, the story, it was like before, because it was about the dad and
Right.
the uncle, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scar. Mufasa and Scar.
Yeah.
And why there was I know that the storyline is supposed to be something about like why there's such a huge disdain from Scar and Mufasa.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you guys should go check it out, most definitely. It was like, I think the cinematics were very beautifully done. It was like something I have, like, you if you've ever been to like IMAX, like something like that, like it's like all in your face, kind of real graphics, and
sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Check it out.
Yep. I'll wait for that to come out on Amazon Prime or somebody.
There you go. Something or other.
Whatever this means.
That's what it means.
Okay, Kari, what you got, girl?
What do I have? I have. Hold on. I'm over here doing other stuff. Okay. So there is a new show called Paradise, and I believe it was on Paramount Plus.
No. Yes. I'm sorry, because I literally just today found it. You and I lately have been finding the same things.
We've been vibing.
Yes.
Mhm.
I would say our monthlies. Oh, Hulu. It's Hulu. I would say our monthlies are synced, but I don't have one.
I'm sorry.
We are definitely in sync somehow.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, it's definitely not the
He doesn't
monthly.
either.
TMI. TMI for your
monthly.
BoobTube TV.
I can assure you of that. But yeah, okay, I'm sorry. So how far along are you? Because I literally just started today.
Okay, so there are only 3 episodes out, and it's a slow start, so you gotta really like pay attention, and you gotta just give it some time. It'll pick up, but it's good. It's good. So basically, there's not a lot that I can talk about because it'll give away the like the little it's a what do they call that? What do you call it when you give it? Come on, somebody help me out here. What is it called when you give something away? And when you're talking about like a TV show or a movie and you tell something before you're supposed to people that haven't seen it yet. Yeah. Whatever.
Spoiler alert.
So spoiler alert. Thank you. Okay. So thank you. This 50 is really having an effect on my ability to...
Girl, let me tell you something. I've been here for 5 years. That shit ain't fun. It ain't.
Thank you, Twerking L. So, anyways, it starts out where the president of the United States is found unalived, and his top agent is the guy that was in This Is Us, and he's played in some other stuff. I love him as an actor, by the way. And so he is, they're kind of sharing his story and his memories and painting a scene of like how we end up here. And then he gets fixated on trying to solve the murder. He wants to know who had access, because the house has cameras everywhere. They have, and everybody's concern is like, this is the most guarded person, like the person who has the best security in the world. How does he end up, how does somebody sneak into his room? So, and there's a bunch of twists and turns and all this, and so it's good. All I can say is there's a lot of unexpected, but some things that are expected. But when you find out the big reveal, it changes a lot of things for you. So,
okay.
But I can't give it away, because if I give it away, it's the spoiler alert, and then you'll know in the beginning.
Don't give it away.
So just watch it.
No. Yeah, don't give it away.
Don't give it away. Not giving it away.
Okay. Very good.
Real quick before we go on to the next one. Hottie BB, are we able to take those comments out? Please stop promoting that you're live on cam. That's very
disrespectful.
That's on X, so we can't delete that. Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Well, that sucks.
Think. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, maybe we can only see it, but yeah, please don't do that. It's against the rules on other sites. And so, anyways, moving along. Casey, what else you got for us?
I go back to my list. Okay. No, here's the list. Okay, so I love to watch random shit that I'm not really sure I'm gonna like or whatever. I'm good for putting on something to be background noise. I watch a lot of things that it's background noise and end up loving it. And one of those things is called The Rig. It's on Prime, and it's about an incident or a climate incident that affects the world, and specifically this oil rig, and they're in like the North Sea, or in that general vicinity, and all this weird I don't want to say supernatural, but like weird weather things happen, and people start acting weird. Nature starts acting weird. The weather is so bad. Like there's a heavy, thick pea soup fog that rolls in, and it causes interference in communication, and at the same time, the company that runs the rig, they have two rigs in this body of water that they can see each other, but they're at a great distance from each other. And one of them blows up, and like they could see that it's on fire and all of this stuff. And so as the story progresses, you're thinking it's just really about the oil rig and the incident on the other rig and them trying to get out, but they're stuck on the rig and so forth and so on. But really what you find out is that there is this natural phenomenon happening with the weather, and that natural phenomenon is actually it originates in the ocean, the deep depths of the ocean. And they find these things, this area where there are these circles, and the circles are like the ring of a tree, where it tells you how old the tree is. It can tell you what the atmospheric environment was like during the various years of growth for this tree. And so
right.
so these rings kind of do the same thing. And as they were testing the rings, they discovered that the that there were major circles that coincided with um what do they call them? I can't think of what they call them. Where all life on Earth disappeared. Like, and
Sorry.
so they showed that there were five major incidents, and that there's one more that is apparently in the midst of happening. The circle's not complete, and they're fearing that the circle is going to be complete, and that again they're going to have a catastrophic event, and basically we're going to get wiped out again. Every life on Earth will get wiped out again. And so
Okay.
so that's what's going on. What you discover is the people who own the oil rig are fully aware of this phenomenon in the ocean, and they're trying to figure out either how to kill it or how to harness it, because it is alive, and they recognize that it's alive. And it affects people where it takes over their mind. And it's one of those things that if you, for example, have fillings or any kind of artificial something in your body, and you're injured and come into contact with this water and the entity, it will cause those things to expel from your body. And more importantly, if for some reason they deem that you are not let's just say healthy enough, it will terminate you if necessary,
Consume you?
because your body is not of any use anyway. You're not really healthy enough. Like, it's one of those survival of the fittest type things. So it's very deep in the content, the storylines. Like, you have to pay attention, because it's a lot going on, a lot of things being said, a lot of things happening. There's a lot of people accusing this one or that one of being the bad guy, and then you find out, okay, well, no, they're not the bad guy, or they are the bad guy, but the good guys have the bad guy under control, and then the bad guy's back to being the bad guy. Like, it's constantly moving and changing and
Banter?
whatever. But like I said, I put it on to be background noise, and now I'm fixated on getting to the end of this story. So yeah,
Nikki Knight asked, "Is this the one?" Nikki Knight asked, "Is this the one where they hit the demon, drill around, and they found out?"
It's not a demon, so it's hard to explain exactly what it is that they find. It's like it's okay. If you're familiar with Avatar, and Avatar has this like tree of life, if you will, and there are those moments when they chant around the tree, and the tree, you can see the tree glow, and something
grow,
seems to be flowing through the tree. It's similar underwater, where there is this glow, and it's these fine molecules, and there are tree-like structures. And again, this is deep in the ocean, so you're not going to see it unless you have the proper equipment. And so there's a scene in one of the episodes where you see this structure, and again, it looks like a tree underwater, and it reminds me a lot of the tree from Avatar. And you see it glowing, like something flowing through it that glows. And yeah, that's it. I don't know. At first, they thought it was evil, and then they ultimately found out that it wasn't evil, and that it actually had been trying to save the Earth, but no one could understand it. They couldn't communicate with it, so they never understood that it was really there to try to help. So that's why I say, if you're gonna watch it, You're going to want to pay attention because a lot happens. A lot of things are said and done, and it's easy to miss some of the important moments that sort of pull the story together. But it's definitely worth
I like that.
watching. Yeah, fuck around and find out for sure. For sure. But it's on Prime, and the second season just came out. So I started off by watching the first season so that I could get into the second season. And so I'm into the second season. I did finish it. And like I said, it's a roller coaster. Like the second season is more of a roller coaster than the first season is. But very good. Very good.
Oh, so it's a show, not a movie.
Right, it's a show.
Okay.
And right now,
and what is it called again?
The Rig. R-I-G. The Rig.
Okay, perfect. I'll look it up on
what else do you have for us,
Amazon.
Desiree?
Dexter. So I finished. Almost finished the second season. So I'm excited. Like I'm getting them done by week. So, yeah, it was good. I seen what's her name, Lila. She like burned her house down in this one. I was like, what? She's like sabotaging Rita's kids, kind of like the little conniving, like trying to be like manipulating Dexter. And I was like, damn, girl, like you're gonna do the kids dirty like that? And she, she's all about herself, I guess. She wants them to herself. So I'm excited to see what the third. And then he's scared because he's doing what is it? They called him the butcher.
Yeah,
Butcher
the
Bay Killer or something. Bay Harbor. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's like, ooh, and he's all scared now.
Yeah,
because she has that against him.
Right. Because he's doing his best to stay under the radar, but
the other cops like sniffing him out though.
Yes,
he knows
that part.
Yeah.
Yes. Because Dexter is weird, right? Like he's I don't want to say he's void of emotion, but he's detached from emotions.
Yeah.
And so Dokes just is weirded out by Dexter and just feels like not even necessarily immediately connecting him to any particular crime. He just feels like your ass is up to
something's
something.
off,
and I'm just gonna wait and find out what it is.
Not only that, but he shows the first sign of being a sociopath, which is emotional detachment from things that normally cause people visual or emotional trauma.
Traumatic.
So when he shows up to a scene and someone's mutilated and like cut up into pieces and there's blood everywhere,
ear.
He's just like, it's just another day at the office, where everyone else is like, bleh, like, oh my gosh, this is awful. And he's just like, all right, let me get to work. Yeah. You're not typing up a letter. You are literally looking at a crime scene.
Remember, there was one of those crime scenes where he did look a little giddy, and Dokes called him out about it. He was like, you're enjoying this way too much.
Yes, he says that for sure. Yeah, Dexter, I can't wait. They're filming Resurrection, and there's more episodes of Original Sin coming. Actually, they should be out now because they said January 26th. But yeah, whoever came up with this, that's Clive. I think it's Clive something. Yeah, brilliant.
Okay.
And then, did you guys see the announcement about Stranger Things on X?
No.
So they said it's gonna be a 2-parter. Apparently, they're gonna have it. Yeah. But then
I'm just like, whatever at this point.
I think they're done filming.
Two-parter. What's gonna be a 2-parter?
Stranger Things season 5.
Oh, okay.
10 years later.
I was gonna say, I thought they were done.
Yeah.
I thought so too. I guess they're trying to,
I think it's the last one. We'll see. Maybe not.
This is one of those situations where like maybe they should just stop while they're ahead.
I think so. Yeah, I think so too. Because I mean, these kids are not really kids anymore. And
yeah.
But anyway, I stopped watching several seasons ago. So, I don't know.
Yeah. So, the next thing on my list is more eye candy. SWAT. I have gone back. I watched season 8, and then now I've gone back to season 1 and starting all over again because good Lord, my God. Woo! Loudy, loudy. Talk about some drool material.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you why it even interested me in the first place. I saw something on YouTube where they were like taking a tour of his house, and I didn't know he had a little girl, and I was like, "Oh, Daddy Shamar."
Okay, wait. So I'm gonna say this since we're talking about Shamar. The only problem I have with him, he's got these really beady eyes. That after a while of looking at him, it bothers me.
I don't even care. I just look at his pecs. Take off your shirt, bro.
You know he
Woo!
can't do the job shirtless, Kari. He can't do the job shirtless. He can't be SWAT shirtless all the time.
Well, let me tell you something about being in SWAT. They take showers, they go to the gym, they box, they do all those things. So just keep them in those spaces, please. Thank you.
I'm fine, whatever. Okay.
I need to see him flexing and
Okay, all right. Anywho. I ain't gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie. When it came on Netflix, my ass was watching it. I ain't gonna lie. Because it came on Netflix a few years back, and I was like, I've never watched this. And then the next thing you know, it's all I was watching. So, yeah. Anywho, next on my list is something called Paris Has Fallen. And yet again, this was something I thought I was just going to run in the background. When I turned it on, this was Hulu. When I put it on, I thought it was a movie. And it's a series. And it takes place in Paris. It is not... It's a takeoff, a knockoff of Olympus Has Fallen and London Has Fallen, because it is about a terrorist plot that involves somehow the president, and so it's the president. I don't know. I guess the president of Paris or what have you. But excuse me, this prisoner, this guy who used to be a soldier for France, he got injured. He and has a horrific scar, fire burns all over his body. Had been tortured by the Taliban, and felt like he got set up by France, and then left to die by France. And so when he finally gets out and gets home, he's with his wife, and he looks like he married a Muslim woman and had 2 kids, and at the time he's still healing from all the burn scars and all of that. And the wife was going to take the kids out, and she's like, "You want to go?" And he's like, "No, no, no, no." And so from their balcony, he watches the wife get in the car, start the car with the kids in the car, and the car blows up. Dude loses his mind.
That is no good.
He loses his mind and decides that he's going to go after every single person that put him in the predicament to be caught by the Taliban, tortured by the Taliban, and then ultimately have his wife and children killed. Now, I don't know. I might have missed whether or not they know who put the bomb in his car, but he goes after all these French officials. And when I tell you, dude's team is on point, like they are brilliant at how they get everyone that they get. And now they're down to like the last person, which is the president's a female president of France. Again, not a movie, it's an actual series. It's really very, very good. The dialogue is in English, but from time to time they will speak French. So you're gonna have to pay attention and watch the subtitles. But it's not a subtitled movie. But it's really, really good. Like I was surprised how good it was. Because again, I put it on for it to act as background noise because I've watched Olympus Has Fallen, I watched London Has Fallen, and I thought, oh, this will be interesting. Paris Has Fallen. Let's see how they do this cheap ass movie. Wasn't a movie. It's a show, a series, and it's actually very good. And that's on Hulu.
Okay. Desiree, you're the last on the list. What you got?
Am I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing the new Werewolves. I heard it was good. I didn't watch it, but I want to.
What
so
is
that's
that
gonna be
on?
In the movies.
Well,
okay.
Fortunately, she's not. She's in Canada, so I don't know if they're going to be
movies.com.
I feel like this little thing right here. I feel like it should be dirty. Like I don't know.
You don't know the uwu, Casey? You gotta look it up. It's a meme. Uwu.
Uwu. I'll look it up.
It looks dirty.
It looks dirty. You know, that's what I'm saying. It looks dirty, but I'm gonna look it up. Thank you.
Look, okay. It looks like masturbation for a throuple.
Oh my God.
Okay. Maybe okay. Maybe.
I'm glad we still have time. Okay. So I stumbled across this show and it's on Hulu and it's called Scam Goddess. And Scam Goddess goes and starts and goes into these like major scams. And so far there's only 2 episodes. The first one was this lady in, I want to say, a small town in Wisconsin. And she was the comptroller, financial person for the city or the small town, and she took all like $58 million and invested it in these like real expensive horses. And so the second one, which I just watched last night, is about the lady in Miami who was a financial advisor for pro athletes. And she took money from what's his name? Dennis Rodman, Ricky Williams, and a few other big names, and was using the money to just basically fund her lifestyle. And it's just like, you know, wow, how do people have not only the ability to do this, but the nerve? Like,
right.
I just don't. I somebody could pay me for something that I do, and I feel like if I was even a little bit overpaid a little bit, like, or if I felt like maybe I charged a little bit too much, even though I know I'm worth it, I still will be like, you know. So I can't imagine wiping out millions of dollars and being like, hey boo, like, how I need to know how do you sleep at night in your $1 million custom bed that you got from scamming and stealing
celebrities?
I was gonna say they'd sleep just fine.
They probably do. They don't have no conscience,
right?
And they show up everywhere. Like they were talking about the one that was the financial advisor for the pro athletes, and like she was going to their ceremonies and having like Dennis Rodman called her out in one of his Hall of Fame ceremonies, and like hello.
Wow.
I just don't like I just don't get it. I do not understand the psychology of, and like I understand, no, I don't understand, but I can see like a little bit here, a little bit there, maybe. Even then I don't care if it's $5. I still would have a conscience about it, but these people boldly and got away with it for a long time. It wasn't even like it quickly, you know, like she got caught because one of them got turned into the Ricky Williams. The IRS was, you know, saying he hadn't paid his taxes.
Right.
And so obviously, if she's supposed to be paying the taxes and you're not,
Problem.
Yeah.
so
Yep.
yeah,
Big
big
problem.
problem. Or like
Mhm.
one of the drag queens that, helped Rodman with a lot of the fashion and makeup and hair and stuff said that they would go to dinner and the credit card would decline and they would be like, "How is it you're a multi-million, famous
Right.
person and you can't pay for dinner? Like, that's not odd. Like, that doesn't strike you as odd."
Right.
But I think Rodman was in denial, didn't wanna admit that he had brought someone into the team that he trusted, and she was intertwined into everything, so it wasn't as simple as just, being like,
Being able to
"Dun,
just
dun,
cut her loose.
dun, you're fired.
Right. Right.
You're
Mhm.
fired. Fired, fired."
Okay.
That's from, A Bug's Life, the Disney movie.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a scene where they're like, they fire the one grasshopper and then they're like, "You're fired. You're fired. Fired, fired." Sorry.
Okay, Kara.
50 and going crazy.
Ah.
Loco.
Yup. Yup.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But we are wrapping up another wonderful episode of Boob Tube.
Heck yeah.
And I would like to have a guest next week. What do you guys say? You say we could have a guest?
Yeah.
A
Who you want?
surprise
Yay.
guest?
That's
Not
right.
gonna share live. You guys are gonna have to tune in to find out who will be our
Okay.
special guest next week.
Okay.
But you can always catch us right here on EXXXOTICA.tv or on YouTube, which is YouTube Exotica, or on
Whoop,
Twitter
whoop.
Exotica for BooTube every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But also, bum bum bum. We got to get that audio off.
Yeah.
We got to get with Jay. That is the most obnoxious sound I have ever.
I gotta shorten it. That's all. I gotta shorten it.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's
it's too
30
long.
seconds of, could you please like STFU? Like, shut the
It's
fuck
too
up.
long. I'll give me a couple of weeks. I'll work on that.
No worries. Make sure you go to EXXOTICAexpo.com and book your tickets, get your tickets, or get exhibitor information if you would like to be a vendor at one of the shows starting in April 11th to the 13th, Chicago, Illinois. June 27th to the 29th in Miami Exotica, October 24th to the 26th in Edison, New Jersey, and in my backyard, December 5th to the 7th in good old Washington, D.C. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. Also, register for Ladies Free Friday. And once
Ooh.
again, we have an announcement coming
We ain't got no clue
soon.
what it
What
is.
it is, we don't know. We are not privy to this information, but we are
We just
sharing
wanted to
with
show you this
Keep
booby right
watching.
here.
Keep watching. Keep watching, because not only will we have a special guest next week, but we will also, hopefully, in the near future, have the announcement that we've been advertising and have no idea about. So it'll be a surprise for us just as much as it is for you. And without further ado, we would like to thank everybody for watching our show tonight. Make sure you subscribe, like, follow, retweet, follow, do all the things, comment, and let us know what you're watching. We love hearing about the TV shows, the streaming services, and the movies, wherever you may watch them. Desiree. We love hearing about what you're watching so we can comment and share it on the show. Also, your comments end up in our live feed. And so, yeah, we will see you guys next week. Same time,
Wait.
same bat channel.
Well,
Back.
hold
Oh,
on.
oh, oh, oh.
Hold on. I was
Oh,
gonna
the pink
say,
boxes.
pink boxes, yes, but I was gonna say run back through our guest list. Because we had people jump on after we did our first run through.
Anonymous, Good Boy Pup, Whitney, Twerking L, Laura, of course, Nikki Knight, Christopher Gagliardi, Laura, I think I said Laura already, Jason Junior Dews, And let's see. Anybody
And
else that we might have
our
scrolling?
first guest. You got Zany and Whitney.
Oh, Douglas Cunningham.
Yes.
And Beast Mode left us some emojis in the chat. So thank you guys so much. We love seeing your comments. It really helps our show with the interaction. That's why we're here. We don't want to just talk. We want to hear from you all as well. And our lovely sponsors, Exotica, our bosses, so to speak, love hearing it too.
The higher ups.
So the higher ups, yeah. The man behind the curtain. Who once was with us, but now is
Jay,
not.
we miss you.
Big time.
Yeah, we miss you, Jay.
Big time.
Make sure you follow us in our pink boxes. You can find me on pretty much everything, queenofbbw.com. And if you'd like to join the Instagram broadcast channel, go to queenofbbw.com/boobtube and come interact. We do polls and talk about, what's going to be on the next episode. And if you're interested in being a guest on the show, you could hit us up and let us know, and we'll, see what we can do.
See what we can do.
Do it.
See what we can do.
Just do it.
That's it. Just do it. Just do it. We're going to get down to the titty gritty.
No, she didn't.
Yes, I did. I mean, it's boob tube. Boob tube. Wow. Okay. Apparently, I'm dangerous. So, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Back to you, Casey.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Because it's the wrong button. Sorry.